Not one dime, not one penny to her name, but so much pride and splendor. She never been ashamed. Her people always smiling, they're always ready to give. And when I first laid eyes on her, she made me wanna live. She comes from nothing. Oh, the little girl comes from nothing, yeah. She comes from nothing, yeah. Nothing but love, yeah. Her radiance shines stronger than any precious stone. I wanna make her everlasting queen of my throne. With her devotion, I could have easily conquered the world. Together, hand in hand, people, happiness will unfurl. Even though she comes from nothing. Oh, the little girl comes from nothing, yeah. She comes from nothing, yeah. Nothing but love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Boom-ba-doo, boom-ba-doo-ba-doo, boom-ba-doo. Ba-da-ba-doo, ba-doo. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-doo. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-doo. Wealth and fortune is the essence of a soul. Well, I've got no choice to love her. I've got no control. So the jewel like this so rare has never ever been heard of. That's because she comes from nothing, nothing but love. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She may have nothing, but she's everything to me. Whoa, in her loving arms, people, where I'll always be. The worldly possessions mean nothing at all. With the love, I'm a rich, rich man, and I stand so very tall. Even though she comes from nothing. Oh, the little girl comes from nothing, yeah. She comes from nothing, yeah. Nothing but love. Whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah. Spum, 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 Spa-da, spa-da, spa-da. Spa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa. Spa-spa-pum-ba-dum. Spa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pum-ba-dum. Ba-ba-ba-dum. The throat now feels so good today. So kind of rude boy styly.
But even so was amazing. Yeah, great.
Isso pra ele. Imagina se não
It
tivesse
never,
garganta.
that song never sounds the same ever.
You may wonder if you be totally good, totally nice.
I'm you know, when I found out a couple, you know, it's been a couple of years now.
Yeah.
When I found out that song was a hit in Brazil, I found it strange that was the song that Brazil chose to make their hit. Because I have other songs that I thought, but you know, I know in São Luís you have a certain style of dancing and
Yeah.
like the rhythm, you know. So yeah.
Yes.
Ele quer dizer que quando ele veio aqui no Brasil e a música dele tocando, o público dançando num jeito assim bem naquela levada meio maliciosa, meio ali, bem
Come on.
suave. E ali ele ficou impactado com.
Yeah. Rico Suave. Yeah, man.
Yes. Rusty,
Yes, sir.
eu vou falar em português, ele vai traduzir para o inglês o que você responder.
He's going to talk in Portuguese and I'm
Yeah.
going to translate it to him. Okay?
Sure.
Então,
Let's go.
essa é a primeira pergunta da entrevista, oficialmente.
Official is the first question from now on.
Vamos
Say it
começar.
again. Say again.
Officially is this the first question from now on? Yeah?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Você já foi na Jamaica e já veio em São Luís. Você realmente acha que tem alguma semelhança, alguma conexão realmente São Luís ser chamado de Jamaica brasileira?
Well, you've been to Jamaica before and here in St. Louis. Do you think there is a lot of similarities between both countries? Yeah?
Yes. Absolutely. Very much. Yes. Especially the island of São Luís. More so than the rest of Brazil that I visited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Specifically, and then you know, and I'm sure a lot of that. You know, it's funny because I'll tell you when I lived in Brazil for 3 months last year, and for the majority of the time, hey, knock it off. Sorry, my dogs.
Okay, no problem.
No problem.
But you know, I stayed in São Luís most of that time, and I found it amazing when you're driving around São Luís, and then you hear the reggae, the Jamaican reggae from the 70s.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're in Kingston in the 70s. You know, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like, yeah, so a lot of similarities, and I don't know. São Luís is amazing to me because you know, it seems to me that every time a new baby is born, São Luís, they're most likely going to be a reggae baby, you know.
Yeah.
When I was in São Luís last year, one day I went to Ajamar's Reggae Museum. You know, in the historic center area there, and there was a whole crowd of teenagers that had just come from school. They had their school uniforms and their backpacks, and they knew me. They knew who I was, and they begged me to sing, you know, a little a cappella. She comes from nothing, but it was a special feeling because, you know, here, young people not really into, like,
not feel the same. Yeah.
So I actually feel like maybe as I get older, I'll still have a fan base in São Luís.
Yeah. Certainly, this is true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I tell you that at night here on the island, we've got a night reggae program that you so well know here in this program. Yeah, by DJ Valdine. Yeah. You told about you a lot. The rest is in. Who was the rest is in? Then I'm seeing you now. Yeah, the face by face is grateful.
Yeah, I think Valdini from where I sit, he seemed to be the one who made that song go to the next level, because I know from what I understand, it grew through dance halls, and then it spread like wildfire to the other cities, and even from what I've heard, it's even known in Rio and Sao Paulo and in the south. But I think Valdini taking this song that was mostly strictly in your dance, and then he put it on the radio, and that's like one of the biggest radio stations you have in the country, right? You know, so it just, to me, it went to another level, and you know, and it's not just Valdini. I'm grateful to everybody in Brazil for making this song so big. And and Dub Brown.
Yeah.
Yes. There's some other songs of mine that that also have kind of made a splash down there, but I never know which ones they are. I just know She Comes From Nothing is massive.
Yes. So
Okay.
one time to translate.
Just related to the paper, local paper here. Yeah. I'm gonna talk in Portuguese a little bit. Yeah. Bem, ele falou que a similaridade é muito, mas ele falou que São Luís, assim, em relação ao Brasil, onde tem a incidência muito mais forte em relação ao território brasileiro do reggae, que quando ele veio aqui, ele estava aqui ano passado, ele viu que, assim, primeira coisa, ele se sentiu muito grato pelo reconhecimento das pessoas, e mais era massa jovem, ele viu muito jovem, no Museu do Reggae, ele foi, e as pessoas o conheceram na rua, os jovens identificou, ele disse muito mais esse reconhecimento do que nos Estados Unidos, lá. E para lá nos Estados Unidos, o jovem passa, ele não é tão assim, não teve esse...
Uma pessoa normal.
E justamente. E aqui não, aqui ele... Primeira impressão, quando ele foi visto a primeira vez no Museu do Reggae, lá, andando no centro histórico, muito lotado, e em cada rua aqui, ele dirigindo à noite, dirigindo pela cidade, ele viu o reggae com a incidência muito forte. Então, essa questão de São Luís tem uma influência, uma essência muito forte do reggae, né? E que os programas de reggae aqui, o programa do Valdinei,
Reggae Point,
do Reggae Point, foi um dos programas que pôs a musicalidade dele num patamar bem conhecido aqui na ilha, né? Então, para ele, se sente muito honrado por isso.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Reggae Point. Reggae Point.
Reggae Point, yeah. Reggae Point.
Reggae.
So, the second question about conte um pouco sobre o seu álbum chamado que você lançou. Se eu estiver enganado, você pode me corrigir. Você lançou em 2011, chamado Reggae Blue, o nome do álbum. E você fez uma parceria com a banda Soul Syndicate da Jamaica. Diz um pouco dessa conexão aí, ZINN, Soul Syndicate, esse álbum. Como foi o processo, a produção e como foi a recepção das pessoas com esse álbum?
Well, how was the releasing of your album?
Reggae Blue.
Reggae Blue, and your partnership.
The one I did with Soul. Yeah.
Your partnership with the band Soul Syndicate band. How was your background? This background.
Well, that session was very frustrating for me because the record label that I did that for was very crooked, and I'm not ashamed to expose them here. They I won't get into it too much, but there was some bad things that happened business wise, let's say.
All right.
And what was one? So I mean, obviously, I was very, very honored to have had such legendary, top-notch musicians on the session, with Fully Fullwood and Santa Davis and Tony Chin and that crew. And you know, but like the record got zero promotion, right?
Yeah.
No promotion.
Okay.
And then also too, the record was unfinished too. It was like they released it before it was finished. You know. So it has a sound like a demo to my ears. This is why I redid, because the original version of She Comes From Nothing was on that record with Fully Fullwood and Tony and Santa and them, and so so I decided to that was a tune that I wanted to redo, and so the relick is the version that I think really became the hit in Brazil, with the horns and the relick had a gentleman named Hux Brown, who was my mentor, long time Toots and the Maytals band director and guitar player, and played on thousands and thousands of countless sessions in Jamaica, my God. And Hux passed away earlier in the summer. and he was Hux is actually responsible for the bass line you hear on She Comes From Nothing. You know, because yeah, Reggae Blue. When people ask me about that, I don't have good feelings about that record. You know.
Okay.
And I don't, and it's really a waste, because you know, there I made a record with, you know, Tony and Fully and Santa, and that was a special event, right?
Yeah.
But the record company just, as we say here in America, they dropped the ball. They didn't follow through with finishing the sound and, you know, having it produced properly, and then on top of it to follow up with proper marketing and promotion.
Yeah.
You know? It had a fantastic review. You know Chuck Foster? You remember you remember Reggae Beat was a magazine we had here in America? Or The Beat. The Beat.
Yes.
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 So Chuck Foster gave a fantastic review on that Reggae Blue. So I kind of felt like it was really, you know, like the record label really, they were the ones who lost, you know.
Okay.
So, you know, that's why now I mostly just focus on producing my own music.
Okay.
So I mean, a record label has to really come with something special to make me want to do something, you know. So that's how that goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got it. Bom, ele falou que, na verdade, essa música, ela teve uma fase um pouco frustrante para ele, que não saiu exatamente da forma como ele queria, né? Assim, pela questão financeira e pela questão de produção também, né? Do encaixe da música, a produção final. Então, ele tem, assim, uma lembrança um pouco negativa desse álbum, né? É que hoje ele fala que, como ele produz as músicas dele, então hoje ele faz refazendo, é muito melhor a satisfação, né?
Do you remember João Resistência Reggae?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. It's Connect On.
Yeah, the guy, the crew from Resistencia is Marcos Vinicius and and Joao.
Yeah.
Joao's the gentleman who has the wife who sings, right? Rose.
Yes.
Rose Simple.
Yes. Rosie.
Yeah. And then
so two little boys.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, very much so. I would really love to continue to work with them. As in regards to Brazil, those guys were, to work with them was a real pleasure.
Wow.
Honest, you know, just, you know, what they said they would do, they did, and to me, your word means everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ele disse que ele está com saudade de repetir um trabalho aqui no Brasil aí agora.
Mafia business, loyalty.
Loyalty, yeah.
Look forward.
Get loyalty, man. You know.
Yes.
That's something that's missing in the world today.
The key word is loyalty.
Yes.
So, three questions about it. Agora você falou aí que agora você está produzindo a sua música. Nós estamos nessa era digital e eu sempre faço essas perguntas para as pessoas que eu entrevisto. Eu sempre faço essa pergunta. Na era digital ficou muito mais fácil você produzir a sua música e colocar nas redes sociais. Isso quer dizer, falando francamente, tudo vai para você, tudo é sobre o seu controle. Antigamente não acontecia isso. Antigamente os produtores ficavam com o single, davam uma certa parte do dinheiro para você e fazia o resto da coisa toda. Hoje você pode fazer dentro da sua casa. Qual é a sua visão das redes sociais exatamente para a música e os artistas?
Well, the question is, we love to do this question, to know about exactly what the artists are thinking about it. We are in the digital era. the digital platforms nowadays, and different from the past. For you, what is the difference that the time was the hard moment to produce music, and nowadays in the Tobacco age, yeah? What do you have to in your own to inform us about that?
When I first started to participate in the music industry, which is over 30 years ago now, we you know, in the world there was a different what would be the good word to use? It was a different it was just a different standard. You had record labels. You don't really have record labels, you know, like with real proper record labels. And with the record label, they would have an entire staff of people working at the record label for the artists. You know, you had people that all they did was call radio stations and say, hey, we have this new artist, or, you know, whatever. And they would send out the music, and then it gets played on the radio. And then you would also have marketing and promotion people at the record labels that would deal with the press, like the newspapers. And so this this platform allowed us to tour and travel and earn money, and you know, and you know, this was before digital downloads and all that, right? So you know, I don't know, it's just when that started to slowly crumble, it just got harder and harder for all music genres. It's not just reggae or whatever. It's just the world has changed so much, and I don't always think it changes for the better, because I don't think technology doesn't really mix with music so great to me. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me. You know, there's people out there that believe, there's people out there that believe, you know, oh, you know, now people can hear your music all over the world. And well, here's the thing. Yeah. Now the world can hear everybody, and the world don't want to hear everybody. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel that the quality of music has decreased with a lot of the tools that are available digitally and technologically to musicians. And but it was so special back in those times, you know, because you had to really be good to get signed to a record deal. You know, you had to bring something good, and you know, and then you had to be able to be professional enough to, you know, put a band together and you know, get a vehicle so you could travel. Yeah, it was just everything was just a very well-oiled machine when it came to the way the record industry worked, and we don't have that anymore. Now it's I feel like we're kind of floating at sea in a life raft or something, you know. But you know, and you see what I did. You see what I did. I printed up my hit record myself on a vinyl with my label. Yes. And I smuggled 500 copies into Brazil.
As here to complete what are you telling us now? Here in Brazil, many singers are getting richer day by day, but the quality of the talent, their talent is down. It's poor. Yeah, technology helps a lot. Yeah, as well. Yeah,
and technology also, you know, in the music. I mean, it took me years and years to actually warm up to digital reggae from like the 80s and onward, because I always wanted to hear real bass, real drums, real guitar, real keyboard, real human element in the music. In any kind of music, it don't have to be reggae. Just I want to hear humans playing music, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do realize that, like I say, now I definitely like some digital reggae, and I participated in making some digital reggae when I was in Brazil by doing exclusives at Ponto. Ponto Shiris, how you say it? You know Bene? You know Bene?
Yeah.
Song
Yeah.
studio? Yeah. What's it called? Ponto? Ponto X? Studio?
Ponto X.
In São Luís?
I know about it.
No, not exactly, not exactly.
I don't remember right now.
Yeah.
Ponto.
But see, I'm not pronouncing it properly because I know in São Luís you have like 3 exclusive studios. You have Valencia.
Yes. Hotstar Records.
That's the one that Dubby goes to voice at. And then the one that I voiced at is Benezino. It's called.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember.
So
just no remember the exact name, but
Right.
I remember.
Right.
I remember.
And so obviously when I was there, I voiced upon digital rhythms, right?
Okay.
But let me tell you something. Bene, who runs the studio and he's a musician. My God, this guy, he's so talented. He knows how to take. He'll build a whole track. I mean, I was in there every week, and then I would even go in when I wasn't working. I'd go in to watch George Decker and Jackie Robinson and Sly Fox and all these cats going there. And
Ronnie Boy.
Yep. And so actually Honey Boy took me to my first session at the first day I did an exclusive. Honey Boy took me, said, "Hey, this is Rusty, and what can we do to get some exclusives going?" But what I was going to say about Bene, he has a special way of building digital tracks, and they swing like real instruments, like real human beings playing. I don't know how he does it, but it's good. So technology can work within the music, and it does. But my favorite is still, the roots, the roots.
Yes.
The real instruments, man.
No, let's go.
Okay, yeah.
Take a time to my friend translator, no?
Well. O ponto crucial que ele fala é o seguinte: ele quis dizer que mudou-se por um lado, mas ele vai dizer que muita gente não vai concordar com ele, porque hoje, assim, muita gente produz música, mas tem muita música que não tem qualidade. A tecnologia ajuda muito. Ele quis dizer que é diferente do baixo, da guitarra, a guitarra em si, física, do que a guitarra eletrônica. Então, a música eletrônica, ela tirou um pouco essa questão, ficou fácil, mas, por outro lado, tirou aquela questão, aquele encanto para ele, né? Então, ficou fácil, todo mundo ganha seu dinheiro, grava, mas ele pontua exatamente essa questão de você estar tocando com o instrumento, tá ouvindo a guitarra ali, tal, é diferente hoje. Então, tem essa diferença muito grande. Palavras dele, né?
Palavras dele.
Palavras dele.
Realmente, aqui a pergunta foi realmente sobre plataformas digitais. E ele respondeu questionando sobre as plataformas digitais. Ele não está falando de todos. Aliás, ele está falando de todos no geral. Música eletrônica, música feita no computador ou música feita para colocar nas plataformas digitais. Isso que ele quer dizer. Que a essência do roots foi embora, na visão dele e na minha também. Enfim, entendeu? É isso que ele quis dizer. Essas são as palavras de Rusty ZINN na entrevista por Somos Todos Guerreiros. Ok? No problem. Let's go.
Yeah.
Você tem um hit. Para mim, a melhor música para mim é sua melhor música, chamada Woman Don't Settle for This. Fale um pouco sobre essa música, sobre esse hit que você tem, que eu gosto demais dessa música. Fala um pouco da história dessa música. Woman Don't Settle for This. Woman Don't Settle for This.
Tell us about your experience with the song Woman Don't
Settle for This.
Don't you settle for this? What? Right.
Woman Don't Settle.
Settle. Yeah.
How I told you the story, Clayson, right? I believe, but it's what happened was
okay. Yes.
Several years ago, my wife she worked in a town called Richmond, California, and I would go visit her at lunch. I'd bring her lunch, you know. So we were sitting by the pool, and she was complaining to me about her boss and about how she couldn't believe that her boss let her boyfriend treat her the way he treat her, you know. And she says, I don't understand. Some women, they just settle, you know. Do you know what that word means in Portuguese? I don't know. But she says, women, they just settle, you know, for anybody. So as a songwriter, I'm always looking and listening for ideas to create a song. So a light bulb went off, and I went home and I wrote that song with some help from my wife, you know, and there it is.
Yeah.
And what happened was one day I went into the studio and I played some bass with a piano player and drummer, and we just laid some rhythms. And when I completed this one particular rhythm, I said to myself, oh my God, this would be, I can sing Woman Don't Settle on this. So I went back in, revoiced it, and put some guitars on there, and that's it.
Wow. that this came from a real history. Yeah. This came out from real history, this music. Yeah.
It came out of a real experience, yes. Observing a real experience, and she comes from nothing too, because I think a lot of if people, the people in Brazil that know English well enough to understand the lyrics, I think they believe that she comes from nothing is a personal love song, but that's not what that song is about. That song was about something I observed, a family, a black family, as I was sitting at a stoplight in my car, and I saw a black family having like a barbecue, you know, in front of their house out on the grass, and they looked very poor, and you know, it was kind of a poverty-stricken area, but what struck me was they had smiles on their faces, so much happiness. And I saw all of this just as I sat in my car and I looked while I was waiting for the light to turn green. And there was a young lady who was probably like 16, so she was a teenager, and he was the center of the party, right? I don't know if it was a birthday or a graduation, party, but I just know that I was so moved by what I saw, and I went home and wrote the song like that, you know. So.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, when you write songs, you have to like pay attention to things that go on around you, you know.
Okay. Gonna translate it. Bom, no início ele falou o seguinte, que a música foi inspirada no momento em que, quando ele encontrou a esposa, sua esposa, no emprego dela, digamos, era uma lanchonete, ela questionou sobre o patrão dela. Então, dali ele tirou, ali foi uma situação em que, da questão dela questionar, das lástimas ali, um momento que ele tirou para fazer a música. Assim como outra situação de outra música dele, que ele estava dirigindo e ele viu uma família de negros, pessoas, ali ele viu que eles eram bem pobres, mas o que aconteceu? Ele viu que eles eram felizes, ali eles estavam comemorando. E isso aí mostra que eles não tinham nada, assim, não era aniversário, não era festa, não era graduação, mas tinha ali comemorando, e uma jovem de 16 anos estava tão feliz. Então aquilo ali encantou ele. Então isso mostra que através dessas situações ele tira momentos assim, desses feelings, para compor suas músicas, né? São questões sociais, questões familiares, questões humanas. Então ele viaja no profundo sentimento da questão social das pessoas no dia a dia para compor suas canções. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Great experience. Certainly great experience. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In Brazil, the same happened. We see day by day. Yeah, sing day by day.
Sure, I'm sure when somebody writes a samba song or whatever, these stories, right? Real stories, you know.
Yeah. Many people came from nothing to teach us the great experiences in life, in our lives. Certainly.
That's true. It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
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 Ah, agora mais uma questão aqui. Em 1996, tu lançou teu primeiro álbum solo, chamado Sente and Waiting. Sente e espere, né? Eu acho que é isso.
Certainly.
Aí, então, ele pela Blacktop Records, onde você lançou esse álbum solo. E teve indicação, e o álbum teve indicação ao Blues Music Award como melhor artista de blues. Diga sua experiência sobre isso.
Well, about your album Sit and Wait, it was indicated.
Oh, that's to blues audience, right?
Yes. Foi indicado ao Blues Award.
Oh yes, tell us about this moment.
That was my very first release under my name. Up to that point, I was just playing guitar behind different artists, touring around Europe and Canada and the United States, and yeah, I mean, it's no secret that I had a long career in blues. I think most people are aware of that. And I still play blues. I mean, look, man, I'm a musician, you know, and I love all kinds of music, and I realized that reggae music is made up of a lot of different styles of music, you know, a lot of influence and inspiration from different types of music, and so I'm sharp like that. I'm a musicologist. I love music. I study music. I listen to music. That being said, I find that blues is in everything that I love because I love black music, right?
I love blues. I love.
Yes, and blues comes from Africa, right?
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, the root of blues is in Africa, just like reggae and jazz, but in America, you know, like our reggae music is really blue from the black people is blues and jazz, right? And gospel,
yeah,
and R&B, and all that music is all connected, and blues, the thread of blues runs through all that music, even in reggae. When I listen to Joe Higgs, oh my God, I hear don't you hear a blues sound to him, to the way he sings? I mean, come on, you know. So
women Owen Gray, comes from the blues.
Oh my God, Owen Gray is a blues singer.
Yeah.
Like when he does, when he would do songs like "No More Dogging, Running Around with You," you know, those kind of things. That's just blues, man.
Mr. Delroy Wilson.
Delroy Wilson, he's a blues singer, man.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact.
The first Jamaica star.
Say that again.
The first Jamaica star.
The first Jamaican child star, yes. And I know for a fact that he loved blues because Winston Francis years ago told me, Mr. Fix-It, he told me that Delroy Wilson really admired a singer we had here in America named Bobby Blue Bland. Bobby Blue Bland had a song that I know you know, say, "Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Ain't no love in the heart of town. Ain't no love in this town with pity, yeah. Ain't no love around." You know, something like that. I can't remember how it goes, but so these singers, you know, I know Delroy Wilson. He loved Marvin Gaye. You know.
Oh yeah.
Marvin Gaye,
Big influence. So man, all this music, you know, it all connects in one way or another.
Portugal tá na área.
The father, B.B. King, great man.
B.B. King?
B.B. King, yeah, great.
B.B. King, yeah, of course, man. I mean, come on, yeah. So you know, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I love that music too. It gives me a good feeling, man. But you know, really, I tell you what I really love. I grew up on doo-wop music from my parents. You know,
Yeah.
Yes.
do 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 do. You know, and all the voices and the harmony and that
Wow.
music, that doo-wop music, inspires my reggae music more than anything. You
Nice.
know,
Beautiful
that
history.
sweetness, the lovers, man.
God
That's
gave this gift to you beautifully. God gave it this
oh,
gift to you beautifully.
muito
Yeah.
obrigado, meu amigo.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're a blessed guy, man. Yeah, we are so happy to have you as an artist that the world
Oh,
knows.
it's my pleasure, my pleasure.
Yeah,
I'm
Rastafari
honored.
knows.
Rasta. Eu tô falando aqui que Deus deu essa dádiva para ele, essa veia musical aí, para ele nos encantar,
Aproveita e vai traduzindo.
encantar o mundo. E falando aí da pergunta lá no início, ele falou que ele é músico, ele vem de uma raiz de blues, então a música para ele, lá no início da turnê, quando ele lançou o primeiro álbum, ele fez uma turnê pelo Canadá, pela Europa, e tinha músicos de vários países lá no momento, eram vários músicos, e daí eles começaram a fazer grandes apresentações, mas ele conta essa veia dele musical do blues, a essência, né? Assim como inspirado nos grandes artistas aí como Alan Gray, os feras aí do blues americano. Então, B.B. King, então são uma dádiva. E falei que ele é abençoado por ter esse grande talento e o mundo fica encantado com isso aí.
E esse álbum que eu falei, que é o Sit and Wait, foi o primeiro álbum solo dele. Aí ele falou isso também no começo, que é o primeiro álbum solo dele, já entrou nessa categoria aí e foi indicado ao mais jovem do blues, a indicação de melhor prêmio ao mais jovem artista de blues dos Estados Unidos. Esse é Rusty ZINN, diretamente de From California to the World. Yes, man. Rusty, can you sing a special for me?
Woman Don't Settle?
Woman Don't Settle.
Sure.
Please.
Let me see if I can get my guitar here. Without the phone moving. How can you sit and cry all night as he's wearing a smile? You've been so tolerant, girl, for quite some while. He only takes pleasure in breaking your heart. Oh gosh, ever since you gave it to him, he's torn it apart. So, woman, don't you settle for this. Woman, don't you settle for that. Why don't you hand him his coat? Woman, just hand him his hat. Woman, you settle for this. Woman, don't you settle for that. Just send that dude steady packing. Send him on his way. Woman, don't settle. Oh, Lord. Woman, don't settle. Oh, gosh. Declaring his love for you one day. Oh, Lord. Then seeing a gal on his arm, yet you feel no way. You're only his queen when the time is right. Oh, Lord. And he treats you so very low. He's barely polite. So, woman, don't you settle for this. Woman, don't you settle for that. Why don't you hand him his coat? Woman, just hand him his hat. Woman, don't you settle for tears. Woman, don't you settle for pain. Just send that dude steady packing. Send him on his way. Woman, don't settle. Oh, Lord. Woman, don't settle. Oh, gosh.
Eu vou te contar assim. Wow.
I think I forgot a verse, but I'm a little rusty, so forgive me.
Yeah. Good. This is Mr. Rusty ZINN. Wow.
The best music for Rusty. For me, the best music.
Me too. What about here's another one they like. Another one they like in Brazil is I'm a man. God made me human, Lord, and not a toy. Then my love went wrong, and my heart got hurt, and I stand alone at the turning point. At the turning point. That song, they love that in Brazil.
Yes.
The turning point.
Yes.
I noticed that your lyric has anything that you get from the deep of our soul, the deepest moment, part of our soul. Yeah. We get staring and staying quietly to appreciating this moment. So the never.
I apologize. I'm kind of out of shape, you know, because
No, but it's good.
Play no music lately, really, you know. So
yes.
Even in the bad and good time, you're an artist, the master. No problem.
Gotta get my fingers in shape.
Sweet vibe song.
Straight vibes. Yeah.
Straight vibes. So hey, Karen, blessed love. I love you so much, Karen. Give thanks for support with me, right? Look, so Rusty,
Yes, sir.
Estamos quase acabando aqui a live. Vamos para mais duas perguntas aí, a gente encerra.
Yeah, so the West Coast is on fire, you know, and it's we've been in a drought. I don't know how you say that in Portuguese, but no rain. Very, very, very little rain.
In Portuguese we say seca.
Seca.
Yeah. A drought.
Yeah. Muito seca.
Muito.
So, you know, so between how dry it is here because of seca. And you know, I'll tell you, the fires that we had where I live, because one of the largest fires was burning just north of us here, 10 miles away. Very close. Yes, and so these fires and the fires down south of me where my parents live, those fires were brought on by what we call dry lightning. So we had lightning strikes with no rain. Right?
Oh my God!
I've heard the storm. I mean, my wife and I woke up in the middle of the night. We heard thunder, rumbling, and we started to see lightning flash, and we were excited because we love weather, you know. And,
really.
And one thing that I really love about São Luís is how it rained every day when I was there, you know.
Yeah,
I love rain.
No. We are in summer, but the summer we are in a cool breeze here and a tender temperature and high temperature here is right achieve 36 degrees in the summer.
Yeah, you get pretty hot. But here's the difference, because it's been very hot here, very hot lately. Like even 110 degrees.
Wow.
Fahrenheit degrees.
Oh
and And
Saiba
so,
que eu não vou
but when you
visitá-los.
when you have heat in São Luís and Jamaica and these tropical places, you have humidity, right? And then
Yes.
if you're by the ocean, you have a breeze, so it works. But here, when it's hot, it's just hot, man. There's no niceness, man.
Uau, uau, uau. É, ele falou isso aí, que na costa oeste está realmente lá o negócio da crítica, mas ele disse que os maiores incêndios aconteceram no norte, a mais de 10 quilômetros de distância. E a coisa é séria lá, que o calor no verão lá é muito alto, né? E ele sente saudade do clima aqui na ilha quando ele veio. Falei para ele que aqui a temperatura máxima está atingindo os 36, 37, a sensação térmica de 40, mas ele disse que isso ainda é nada em relação à temperatura lá da Califórnia, né? Então, my friend is afraid to go to visit you and get baked by the fire.
Yeah, well, come after November.
Yeah.
By November, fires should be done. Yeah.
Yes, tá tranquilo. Para finalizar, eu gostaria de saber qual é os teus projetos futuros.
Well, to finish, hopefully, would like to know about your future plans in your career. Yeah, we are waiting.
Well, so I told you earlier I have a finished project that's kind of waiting to be released. And actually Angelique is on that record, will be on that CD. Angelique will be on there. There's a duet with Honey Boy and myself. There's a duet with George Decker and myself.
Oh,
yes.
And then there's a song, and so the song with Honey Boy was recorded at Valencia.
Yeah.
And the song I did with George Decker was done at Ponto, where I voiced my exclusives. And while I was at Ponto, I also did a song that it will be on the next release called Sweet So Luis. Have you heard this song?
Yes.
Oh, Luis, the island of love, heavenly as the stars above. The warmth of the people covers me, the cool breeze blowing from the sea. Sweet So Luis, sweet So Luis. Going back home with reggae melodies from So Luis. Plenty of yeah, you know. Nice tune, man. Nice tune. Yeah. So that CD, which I will release, I think next year sometime, is going to be called Roots and Romance.
Wow.
Roots and Romance. And then I also have Clayson. I don't recall if I told you about this project, but a few years ago I started working on a project where I took oldies and doo-wop songs that I grew up with.
Yes,
and I did it. Yes, and I did, and I've covered classic American oldies and doo-wop songs in reggae, rocksteady, ska, lovers rock styley. There's some nice songs on there. I just hopefully that project will finish next year and get it released. There's some nice songs on there. There's some you might know too. Like I do a song, "Oh Carol, I am but a fool.
Oh.
But if you leave me, you hurt me and you made me cry." And I know Brazil knows that song because of Carlos Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Yes. But so I have those.
The Mr. Future Jamaica singer this song too.
Yeah, quite a few.
I don't remember
Freddie
McKay.
Right now. Freddie McKay do a version.
Yes.
Just for one. But then I'm also going to be. Do you remember the project I did with Watson Unlimited called Spellbound?
Você lembra do projeto que ele falou?
Okay, remember. I remember. I
Spellbound? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spellbound Part 2 on the way.
Oh.
Well, we're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's in combination with my dear friend. We call him Dr. Watson. He's a young man, a youth that lives up in Canada. He currently resides in a city called Montreal up there, where they speak French. A lot of people speak French there.
Yeah.
And so we had so much fun making that Spellbound project that we decided, yeah, let's do another one, you know. So we already kind of start to build some rhythms and stuff like that, you know. So lots of works. I'm the kind of man who's always got something going, man.
Yeah.
Always something cooking on the stove, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we
display,
got.
display.
Kind of like that Ital stew over there that I made earlier.
Oh,
Ah.
display. Eu ainda tenho o disco guardado na minha coleção. Eu nem toco. Eu fico só
Well,
observando.
he still got the LP. He did not play
Compact.
the LP. Do not play it because he keeps it carefully in his house.
Oh, the She Comes From Nothing, the single.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
all right. Well, next time I see you, I'll have to give you one to play.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Bom, ele tá falando aqui do projeto futuro, vai vir música aí, próximo ano ele tá trazendo aí, vai ter duetos, né? Com o George Decker, quem foi o outro mais?
Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson, duetos aí,
Honey Boy.
e o Honey Boy vai trazer uma pegada do Roots, mas também vai trazer uma pegada mais romântica. E uma delas está aí, Oh Carol, yeah.
Okay.
New Sedaka, yeah, New Sedaka, the original
Neil
one.
Sedaka.
New Sedaka. Oh Carol, I'm unbearable, darling, I love
But
you.
if you leave me,
You hurt me,
and you made me cry,
dirty,
and
believe
if you
me.
leave me,
I
I
will
will
surely
surely
die.
die.
Yeah,
I'll
man.
never be
Yes,
another.
Ari.
Hey, I did on that project that I have that will
Yeah.
be released. I did that song with ska.
Wow.
Yes,
Ah.
yes. I think.
Oh, Carol,
Display.
I am but a
Quando ele começou a
fool.
cantar, eu imaginei
People
isso.
gonna mash up the dancers
Na
in
hora que
São
ele
Luís.
começou
They
a cantar,
can't
eu
dance to
imaginei
ska.
isso.
Yeah. He thought since you start to talk about this song, he knew this style, rock steady.
I imagine.
It's a ska
Ska.
tempo.
I love ska.
Ska. There'll never be another ska. Cause I love you so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Carol.
Best song.
Yeah, man.
Best song. That's a
Oldies.
fuck.
Oldies are the best, man.
That's a fuck.
Very good.
That's a fuck.
Because, like I always say, if you sing a song for the ladies, you also
Yes.
praise Jah at the same time.
Yeah. Rastafari.
Because love, you sing love
Love
for the
and
ladies,
unity.
and it's
Wow.
just love, pure love, man. You know?
Wow.
Ele fala que essas músicas é uma homenagem às mulheres, né?
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rastafari. É muito romance,
Perfeição
muito
de
amor,
Deus.
perfeição aí
Do maior, do altíssimo. Rusty, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and many blessings, many
De
love.
nada.
Ok.
Muito obrigado.
Ok. Em português, eu gostei muito.
Okay, I'll work on that one.
I love that. Em português diz. Eu gostei muito. Eu não.
Nice.
Yes.
Ele vai treinar.
Okay. Try.
Give thanks.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
Thank you for having me as your guest. A big honor, a huge honor for me. And I want to say, we are all
friend.
warriors.
We are warriors every time. Yes.
Bless you too, brethren, and bless and love and blessings to all of Brazil.
Yes.
Yeah.
My friend, My friend, is very fun.
We feel so grateful for this precious moment to have a great artist like you here.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
To enlighten the island of San Luis. We need you more.
I love
here.
the island of love. So, Luis, the
San
island
Luis.
of love. I got to come back. I want to come back. But
Yes.
promoter.
Yeah.
Say,
Yeah.
what happened, Ross? What happened, Husty?
You play a song in the beautiful square of the island in the sunset on the beach to see the sun, the sunset. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love
Very
it.
nice.
Yeah.
In a Melamore. In a Melamore style, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Good.
Okay.
Rusty.
Yes.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Blessed love.
Blessed love, alive.
All right,
Selassie, I live.
Yes, I. Rastafari.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.